Oh boy, Raw, SmackDown in the books. Superstar shakeup has been shooken.
It's all shooked it up.
And people moving rosters. But when you come to think about it, what the fuck does it matter? Because as the commercials during Raw and SmackDown showed you, and we talked about a few weeks ago, hey, the pay-per-views are all going to be co-branded anyway. So it's not like you're not going to see everybody every fucking few weeks together.
Yeah. But does that mean that they'll be fighting each other still?
No, they're going to have, like we talked about. Like if there's 8 matches, you might get like 4 from Raw, 4 from SmackDown, but who are we kidding? It'll probably be like 5 from Raw or, 6 from Raw and 2 from SmackDown and a pre-show.
I'm wondering how that's going to work out now because the pay-per-views aren't going to be longer, right?
Well, I wouldn't be shocked to find out that like the big shows like, Rumble and Survivor Series and SummerSlam, and I know that they want to consider Money in the Bank one of their big shows now. Instead of being a big 4, it'll be like a big 5. With Mania. Maybe those will be like 4-hour shows.
Yeah.
In the case of Mania, like a 23-hour show. But the other pay-per-views, like your Backlash, like your Night of Champions, things like that, will just be your normal 3-hour show.
Good.
I actually even read something that, like you said before, maybe somebody's listening to us because I saw something saying that now WWE is considering making WrestleMania a 2-night event.
Straight up. I'm pretty sure they're listening to us. I'm telling you, man, that Stamford guy, whoever it is, he's got to work for the WWE. So, hey, Stanford guy, just hit us up, man. You can slide in our DMs. We won't tell anybody. At least we'll have a source now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And if you need to know who we are, hit the intro.
Check your feelings at the door because your boys are back. Whether it's happening in the ring or on the screen, they've got something to say about it. Are you ready? He's Robb English. He's Clifford L. Johnson. They are WNA.
That is right. I'm Robb English.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
And we are WNA.
Hey. Okay.
Can we talk about last week's episode real quick?
Sure can.
I just want to say to all of our lovely WNA faithful out there, y'all can go fuck yourself. Because all I saw on Twitter, and maybe you guys were doing it just to fuck with me, and if that's the case, it worked. All I saw was hashtag I stand with Cliff.
Damn right they do.
And I can't recall who was the first person to say that. I believe it was Chris. Semi-permanent third wheel on the show, Chris motherfucking Richardson. But it caught on, and there was like 3 or 4 more that we got, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
The poor little baby don't like it.
Basically for no other reason that I'm always right.
Right.
That's how it is in my world, and it shall remain that way. So hashtag I stand with Cliff, hashtag Robb says fuck yourself.
Wow. Good way to alienate our fans there, buddy.
If they're listening, they're not listening for me anyway, so whatever.
True.
Maybe I'll become the heel of the show. The guy that people tune into so that they can say how much they hate the guy, but yet they keep watching or listening in the hopes that Cliff will one day best him, but it does not happen. Because he is too smart.
Because he is just so great. Yeah, right.
So, SmackDown just ended. 205 Live's on right now. We've got the Pakistani Sub-Zero taking on Arya Davari.
Dearborn's finest.
Wow. That's a Michigan joke for anybody that's not. This match I have not given two shits about since it started. Only thing that has jumped out at me, well, I won't say only, I'll say two things. One, Mustafa Ali is basically saying, I don't know what you guys think, but I spent enough money on this new WrestleMania outfit and I'm going to wear the shit out of it.
Hell yeah. You damn right. Same with the Miz. He kept his Naruto.
Yeah, Miz. Yeah. And Arya Davari has this weird, mysterious bald spot, like near the front top of his head, that I cannot stop staring at. Because it's in the middle of nowhere. It's not like it's male pattern baldness. This is just this bizarre, like, you know, Rasheed Wallace bald spot.
Why are you hating on the bald spot, man?
Because I'm a bald man. I'm allowed to do it.
Oh, okay. That's like how I can say the N-word and you can't.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Are you only 1%
Kinda
bald,
like,
though?
Oh, no, I'm 100% bald. If I let my hair grow out, I'm about like 60% bald. But I say, fuck you, Mother Nature. You're not taking it from me. I'm doing it. Yeah. And just shave it off.
If only Baron Corbin got that message.
Oh, he didn't. Aiden English did.
Aiden English did. He sure did.
Yeah. But Baron Corbin, you know, he just wants to hold on to that drippy mass of bald skank on his head.
What's up? Arya Davari really, I mean, not Arya, but Mustafa Ali really likes taking bumps on the outside.
He does.
He's like always getting smashed on the freaking on the floor. This match wasn't that bad.
Says you.
Yeah. You know, I'm a 205 mark.
Well, you know, Superstar Shakeup happened. Technically, 205 Live is its own brand. So are they going to get anybody?
I hope so. That'd be pretty awesome.
Like Leo Rush?
Leo Rush, yeah. NXT? Somebody from NXT need to pop up on 205 tonight. That'd suck for everybody else to get shook up and then they get stuck with being the same.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and warn everybody ahead of time. We got some feedback, you know, on the last episode and I've gotten some feedback personally from some people that I respect their opinion. And they're saying like, what happened to you, Rob? What are you talking about? What happened? What do you mean? What happened to me? And they're wondering why I have tried so hard. The last, like, I'd even say like since we came back from our hiatus there in like January, I've tried to be like Mr. Hey guys, show's the show. You know, hey guys, it's a show for kids. It's, you know, and maybe it's like my own weird split personality or whatever. Shut your mouth, Cliff. But something happened to me Monday night watching the Superstar Shakeup episode of Raw. And some of these feelings started coming back as I was watching the show that I just started to like nitpick everything. And I kept getting more and more angry. So I'm not saying like I'm a hypocrite or anything. But I think if you listen to this episode of WNA, you may find that
that you're a fucking
some
hypocrite?
Some of my previous opinions of things have kind of melted away into what they are now. And I apologize ahead of time, but I can't not say some of the things that I'm probably going to say tonight because it bothers me. Do you understand what I'm saying, Cliff?
I understand that you're a hypocrite.
How am I a hypocrite?
Because you can't.
You haven't even heard what I have to say.
Yeah, but I already feel it. And I know you, Rob. I've known you for 20 years. You're worse than Corey Graves when it comes to flip-flopping. But it's okay. Because you're still my friend.
All right. Okay, you want to go through the shakeup real quick?
Let's go through it. And I didn't watch all the SmackDown today. I only saw the end, so I only know of one guy that's
so a lot of these are going to be right. A lot of these are going to be new to you then. Okay, when we get to the SmackDown side. Okay.
Correcto.
Right. So let's just run through Raw's shakeups real quick. And then after we run through, like the shakeup, and I can't guarantee that there won't be some sidebars when we start talking about some of these names. I have some things that I wrote down that jumped out at me as like kind of reasons why I'm irritated with this show right now.
This show?
Just the whole. Let's just get into it, okay? Maybe I can better explain when we get there. Okay, so the very first superstar that moved over happened right at the very beginning of Raw. The United States champion, my man, with the with the bitch tits, and the best damn entrance theme in WWE today. Oh shit, son, Jinder Mahal.
Are you shaking your ass?
I am right at this. God damn it! Right now. He moved over to Raw and he brought the U.S. title. Now, right off the bat, I want to say I knew this would happen.
Oh, did you?
Yes. And my reason for that is because every time there's a, quote, shakeup of the rosters, the mid-card title holders always switch fucking shows.
True.
Okay?
However,
so
Seth ain't going nowhere.
Well, we'll get there.
Hey. All right.
So Jinder goes over to Raw and he has a match with Jeff Hardy. Now, everything that I was saying about WrestleMania, when I was like, it only makes sense for Jinder to win the U.S. title, right?
Right.
He loses to Jeff Hardy.
First night on Raw, and we're taking your title.
So now I ask, then why did you beat Rusev?
That does not make sense.
But let's get back to the show.
Huh. So that's going to be hypocrite number one. Hypocrisy number one.
I won't necessarily say that's hypocrisy. That's just me kind of pointing out, okay, well, now, if I'm the one telling everybody, hey, the story's not told yet, guys, you've already basically proven me to be a liar. Right?
That's correct.
Okay. So the next movement from SmackDown to Raw is the Riot Squad. Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan as one entire unit. Now, not necessarily a big deal, but I say if you're switching people as a unit, then A, why do you brag that, hey, this could be the last night that the bar is together.
Right.
We could, they could get split up. Then how did the whole fucking group come over?
Right.
So the entire Riot Squad comes over and assists Absolution. Or no, not excuse me. Never mind. Forget that. My brain hurts right now. So the entire Riot Squad came over. Okay. All three of them. Then you find out that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have joined Raw. But the announcers, as if they're reading my mind, say exactly what's going on. Well, wait a minute. How can they switch over from SmackDown? They're not even employed.
Right.
I go, exactly.
This doesn't make any sense.
It's not a shakeup. They just signed a contract.
Right.
But then Kurt Angle comes out and says, no, you didn't. I didn't hire you. To which Kevin Owens says, well, no, you didn't. And then Sammy reads an email from Stephanie McMahon saying that due to unfair treatment, she's signing them to Raw. Okay. So this brings up one of my points for later on in the show, but I'm just going to say it now. So if Stephanie McMahon is so omnipresent that she knows everything that happens and is willing to right the wrongs, then how in the fuck is Ronda Rousey still employed?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. None whatsoever.
Yeah. By all
Because
means.
on Raw,
Logic.
she assaulted you. This wasn't a match. She ripped the arm brace off of you and quote unquote ripped your arm out of socket. Now you can't say, oh, well, if I fire her, Kurt's just going to hire her back. Well, no, you've just proven that that's not the case with your signing of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because all he would have had to do is go, oh, well, she hired you, I fire you.
Right.
But he goes, oh, well, okay.
What am I
guess
do?
I got to do it.
Guess I'll put you in a match tonight. Because I suck.
See, so
that's not to say
first of
that
all,
I didn't think they were coming over. I absolutely did.
Yeah, I
or
did
I
too.
thought at least one of them were coming over.
how'd that part of the story play out? Didn't they have
The
a
fact that
match?
they had a match against each other
Yeah.
and both lost.
They both lost.
Yes.
What was it, a double count out?
It was just a DQ. Like it was technically nobody actually won.
But nobody actually lost. That's stupid. Okay.
Correct.
Anyway, whatever.
Okay. So either Stephanie McMahon is omnipresent or she just pays attention to the Tuesday night show and doesn't watch her own.
She does not.
Okay. And conveniently forgets that she got assaulted.
There was
Anyways.
no fine handed down or anything.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Meanwhile, Roman Reigns
Okay.
just gets in Vince McMahon's face and gets suspended.
Correct.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
wrestling.
Because wrestling. All right. Next, we find out that the tag team of Breezango has switched over to Raw. I don't necessarily have a problem with it
Not at all.
because I feel like that's a act that should get more TV time. However, I don't ever really see them being like the team. You know what I mean? Like they're a mid-card face comedy act, and that's okay.
Right.
Right? Okay. But speaking of face, the next person to move over to Raw is supposedly Ronda Rousey's best friend, Natalya,
Right. What?
who for the last year has been a heel. But now that she's on Raw and she's there with her buddy Ronda, she's good now.
That's what I don't understand. First of all, okay, sidebar.
Yep.
I don't like you right now because we're agreeing on too much stuff. But it just goes to show you how right I was last week. Just putting it out there.
Nope.
Yeah. Second of all, we're talking heels and faces and all this craziness. I don't get it anymore. I don't understand the landscape of heels and faces anymore. I don't understand what the quote unquote WWE universe has to say about heels and faces anymore. Nowadays, it's just, I don't know if it's just grown men versus kids at the shows, or, you know, marks versus smarks. I don't know what it is, but like, there used to be a time where you hated the bad guys and you loved the good guys. And then Hulk Hogan made it cool to be a bad guy. And then so did DX and Stone Cold. And now nowadays you don't know anything. I don't fucking get it anymore.
I don't necessarily have a problem with the whole heel face dynamic of things, because I do think that it doesn't make a whole lot of sense in today's environment to strictly play things up as, oh, this is the bad guy and this is the good guy. There's shades of gray with everybody, and people should choose to cheer or boo whoever they want. However, when you hide behind that WWE and say, well, it doesn't matter, there's shades of gray, okay. But then how come you clearly try to make certain people be the bad guy?
Right.
You know, when you have Drew Gulak threatening to do a PowerPoint presentation, or, you know, scowling at the camera, you know, and things like that, you're trying to make him the bad guy. Elias, the whole ragging on whatever town he's in with whatever song, you're trying to make him the bad guy. The only difference is people love being shit on by Elias now. So
it's like
whatever.
People going to that, what is it? That bar in Vegas, Dick's.
Huh? What, you want some dick?
Where did you just
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've never been to Dick's before?
Second dick. No, I've never been to Dick's.
I'm sure you have. But there's a restaurant in Vegas, and it's in kind of in a bunch of different, you know, landmark type areas. But there's a spot called Dick's where basically the waiters are just dicks. They just treat you like shit the entire time. Like, they throw their napkins on the table. They talk shit about you. They put paper bags on your head. And people go there and they love it. And it's fun. It's a fun thing. But it's like, you know, normally your waiters are always like, hey, sir, how can I help you? You know, do you want me to kiss your ass while you're here? And this place is like, hey, fuck you. Here's your fucking napkins. Oh, you want some ketchup too? Oh, jeez. All right. It's actually a fun place to be. I would actually like to work there. I think I could make a lot of money there. But that's kind of what it is. People like, for some reason, they like being shitted on. And in Donald Trump's case, he likes being pissed on. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
To each his own. But continue.
Each their own. Okay, now, this whole Natalya thing, so she comes over and now she's buddies with Rhonda and she's smiling and she's happy and she's like, you know, I can't contain this anymore. My dislike for Natalya is at a, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's at like a 30 fucking 7. She can't pull off being a face. She can't pull off being a heel. Her promos are just cringeworthy. And now, aside from her technical ability in the ring, I can't watch her matches anymore. Because when she sells something, it's like bad dinner theater acting. So she's fighting Absolution in the ring. Ronda Rousey comes to her rescue. Now, the other thing that bothered me about this segment, and I know I told you about it when I was watching Raw, I said, I need to shit on this segment tomorrow. Ronda Rousey comes to her rescue. Now, never mind the fact that this is Natalya, who, for the last year and a half, the crowd, who I guess you're expecting to not watch both shows, on SmackDown has seen be this annoying, shitty heel. And without warning, she shows up, and now she's Ronda Rousey's best friend, and the crowd's just supposed to cheer for her.
Yep.
She starts getting attacked by Absolution. You expect people to care. They don't. They're sitting on their hands. Ronda comes out to rescue her. You've got Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet, who actually had a great showing at WrestleMania.
Nah.
Supposedly ripped off the arm of Stephanie McMahon, broke her arm, whatever. A legit badass. She gets in the ring. Sonya Deville tries to step up to her. And this is Sonya Deville, who they say has an MMA background, but from my understanding, her MMA background was like mixed martial arts fights in like Jim Bob's bar. You know, she was never on like the circuit that a Shayna Baszler or, you know, Ronda Rousey were.
But they'll make you believe
either way,
she was.
She gets in the ring with Ronda Rousey and starts throwing hands like, you know, hey, let's do something. And Ronda gives her the, oh, really, bitch? Look.
You do know I'm
so she
Ronda
starts
Rousey,
firing.
right?
You know they're going to start firing shots. And Ronda does. She throws a stiff jab at her. But punches her directly in the tit. And when she did it, I immediately went, did she just hit her in the tit? Like, because when she did it, it wasn't like she followed up with another punch from the other hand. She literally just was like jabbed to the titty.
Yeah. And then there was like
a 3-second like pause.
Yeah, she was like, wait, did you just punch me in the tit?
Wait. Did Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet, just unveil a tit punch? And then she starts throwing combinations and then does like this clothesline trip your leg move. And then that was it. And then she goes over to Natty. And now you have the blind leading the blind in that Ronda's still trying to learn how to perform for the camera. And she's not very good at it. And you've got Natty who sucks at it. And Natty's got to act like her arm is hurt. And she keeps looking at Ronda. And I guess the look she was trying to portray was, can you believe they did that to me? But instead, it almost looked like she was looking at her going, are you Ronda Rousey? What are you doing here? And Ronda has got her arm around her and is talking to her like, it's okay. Like, it's a bad date. And she's trying to, like, you know, apologize for, you know, oh, I didn't know you didn't like this restaurant or something like that. Was like the vibe I got off of it. It wasn't like, oh, let me care for you, my friend. It was more like, oh man, this sucks. Here, let's go to the back. And as they're walking to the back, they're both giving each other like this confused look.
I didn't know if that was supposed to be like, if that was supposed to be her not knowing, like her not being a face yet or something. I don't fucking know. It was just bad. Because they had a backstage segment before all this where Ronda laid out why her and Natty are best friends. They fucking hugged. And she says, oh, Natty and I trained together. Oh, so you know each other well. Then why is Natty looking at you like she has no fucking clue who you are and why you rescued her? Why did you help me? Yes.
I'm so confused. And my arm hurts. But why does my arm hurt, strange woman in a leather jacket? And why did you tit punch that lady? Maybe that's why she looked confused. She was, you're a badass, and you literally just jabbed her in the left nipple.
All right. So you hated it. We get it.
Yes, I hate it. Right?
Yes.
Now, we go from shitty fucking characters from SmackDown that get moved over to Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, Dolph Ziggler.
Hey.
Dolph Ziggler comes out. And he starts getting on the mic doing his usual Dolph Ziggler shtick. But here's my problem with Dolph Ziggler now. if you are trying to portray him as somebody who basically thinks more highly of himself than he really is, because, he's Mr. Oh, this belt's beneath me. I'm going to give it up, and then I'm going to disappear for 3 months. I'm going to come back as number 30 at the Rumble. I'm going to lose, and then I'm going to end up in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But yet I'm going to tell everybody how I steal the fucking show.
Right.
Bro, I can't think of the last time you stole jack shit.
I think the last time he stole the show was when he had that, when he cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase.
Dolph Ziggler, the last time you stole the show was actually that segment on Raw, because I can't think of the last time you deserved the TV time you were getting.
Truth.
But either way, he's in the ring. He's, I've come to Raw, but I haven't come alone. And out comes Drew McIntyre, who I was thrilled to see. But then I went, why the fuck is he with Dolph Ziggler?
Right. It's like, wait.
No explanation.
Okay. When he was in NXT, he was a face.
Right. He was a face. So if you're telling me that you think that people only watch one of your shows, then why do you even bother bringing somebody over and having them do it? You need to have a video package for every fucking person you bring over, because nobody knows who the fuck they are then. But no, you're having co-branded shows. So you're now saying that every pay-per-view, people are going to get to see the best of both worlds. But they don't, because in your mind, you think everybody only watches one show.
And they don't watch NXT, apparently.
Right.
Just like when Bobby Roode came out as a fucking face on SmackDown. I'm like, wait a minute, he's been hated for the last year.
And now he's his face. Okay, so anyways, Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Now, by the end of the segment, I was okay with them being together, because the way they just laid everybody out, I'm thinking, okay, if you're going to basically play this up as they're like these now, Dolph's the guy that runs his mouth, Drew's the muscle behind him.
Yeah, he's his diesel.
There you go. Okay. I'm okay with that. But I'd even be happier as if now you played it up as this is going to be like this group, whether it be two people or more, of people that have been cast aside, or people that were always at the cusp but never could break through the glass ceiling. Because think about it, Drew McIntyre, before he left WWE, what was he?
Jobber. 3MB.
Jobber.
Hey, 3MB's back on Raw.
But before that, what was he?
The Chosen One.
The Chosen One, right?
Yep.
All this promise, but never broke through. Dolph Ziggler, like you and I have said countless times, you just said it a moment ago, the guy who cashed in Money in the Bank and had one of the biggest pops I've ever heard. And then what happened? Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing.
Okay. Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode out of the way. Then we had three people that they never mentioned it on the show. Never mentioned it on the show. Instead, on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, you revealed three acts from SmackDown that came over to Raw. Zack Ryder. Okay. Don't personally give a shit. But the guy's a former Intercontinental United States champion who just came from SmackDown to Raw. Okay. The Ascension, which, not a big deal. Jobber tag team.
Right. Wait, I didn't even know the Ascension was going over to Raw.
Yep. Ascension got moved over to Raw. Zack Ryder, that was revealed on Twitter. And Ascension, it was revealed on Instagram.
Wow.
Okay. But revealed on YouTube, Mojo Rawley. So you split up Zack Ryder and Mojo.
And then put them on the same show.
And now Mojo is like doing this whole Monday Night Rawly thing.
But isn't Seth Rollins Monday Night Rollins?
Monday Night Rollins? Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever.
Oh.
So then they reveal the next person coming to Raw from SmackDown is this guy. And then they have a video package for Mr. Moist himself, Baron Corbin. All right. So hashtag moist in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Baron Corbin comes in, but he doesn't have a promo. He gets a video package, right? Okay. Not necessarily a big deal. And then your final on-camera reveal of somebody that came to Raw in the main event was Bobby Roode.
Glorious.
Bobby Roode got put in the main event, right? As the mystery partner. His partners, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and somebody who it took 1 week for the crowd to not give a shit about, Bobby Lashley.
Just because you don't give a shit about Bobby doesn't mean the crowd doesn't give a shit about Bobby.
When Bobby came out, the crowd went mild. Okay? Like, it was just, hey, it's the guy with the headband.
And the tattooed eyebrows.
And the tattooed eyebrows. Whose apparent big finisher is a vertical suplex. Cool.
It's a stalling vertical suplex.
He's Black Strowman.
Not at all.
Tell me why I should give a shit about Bobby Lashley, because I don't.
Because he can kick your ass.
I didn't give a shit about him when he was in the company the first time.
He can kick anybody's ass. He's a real legitimate badass like Brock Lesnar. But he doesn't have a mouthpiece like Paul Heyman. If he had a black Paul Heyman, as a matter of fact, he should join Titus Worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah. Give him Titus O'Neil to talk for him. Even though Titus O'Neil can't talk to save his life anyway. But he talks better than Lashley.
But can you tell me now, on a show with Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose whenever he comes back, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, that Bobby Lashley matters?
No, not at all. Not right now.
So there you go. He had 1 week.
Yeah. It was cool. It was like, oh, hey, Bobby Lashley's back. And now it's like, nobody cares.
They already don't know what to do with him, it seems.
Yeah.
Right?
Because, I mean, the Raw is just oversaturated anyway. The rosters, both rosters. Because what happens is you bring over all these new people, but yet you don't get rid of old people.
Right. And then there were 2 more names that were added to Raw after the show on social media. On Twitter, it was announced that Mike Kanellis got moved to Raw. And on YouTube, it was revealed that Chad Gable got moved to Raw. So right away, I go, wait a minute. If Breezango got moved as a team and the Riot Squad got moved as a group,
right?
Why didn't Shelton go with Chad?
Because wrestling?
There you go.
I'm still looking at 205 Live. First of all, there was just a fucking amazing match. Texas Tornado match with Lucha House Party. Lindsay and Grand Metalik versus Kenta, who I won't call his other name, and
Hideo Itami.
Akira Tozawa. Really, really good. Really good.
Oh, we get the flying cat bath?
No, not today.
Wait a minute. Grand Metalique's finisher is a diving elbow?
Yep.
They won't let him do the Metalique driver anymore?
Probably not.
And why do they have party favors?
Because they're Lucha House Party now. They have fun with each other. And they have, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Moving
Flying
on.
cat bath.
So, okay. So there we go. Chad Gable moves over. He says he's going to start his singles career. Great. Chad Gable, welcome to 205 Live. When Jason Jordan comes back and that bombs out again, I'm sure we're going to get the return of American Alpha. But until then, enjoy 205 Live. So then we go to SmackDown. Now, it was revealed the night before that The Miz was being moved from SmackDown or from Raw to SmackDown. Again, I ask, well, wait a minute. If The Miz is getting moved, then how come the whole Miz-tourage isn't getting moved? It's just Miz. To which I'm sure Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas said, yeah, how come we're not getting moved?
Right.
Because we know we're not getting TV time now.
Right. You got your last main event, and that's it for you, buddy.
All right. Miz gets moved to SmackDown. The new U.S. champion, Jeff Hardy, gets moved to SmackDown.
Hey.
So there you go. U.S. title goes back to SmackDown. However, in Saudi Arabia, you have Jeff Hardy from SmackDown, United States champion, taking on Jinder Mahal from Raw for the U.S. title.
Well, what about Randy Orton?
Randy Orton's left out in the cold.
Well, wasn't he supposed to be getting his rematch against Jinder?
There you go.
So what the fuck?
Exactly.
So triple threat?
No.
It's got okay. All right.
It's a singles match, Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal for the U.S. Championship. Now, if Jinder in Saudi Arabia does not win the U.S. title, then again I ask, why did he win it in the first place at WrestleMania?
Right. Was it just so he could drop it to Jeff?
And Jeff can take it back to SmackDown?
And then he can feud with Randy Orton?
Maybe. And I think that's where they're going.
See that part in the beginning. He interrupted Randy or something.
When Shelton Benjamin was in the ring talking about how Chad Gable got moved to Raw, to which the crowd went, huh? Because it wasn't on the show. And he said, I wished him well on Twitter and said, you're going to do well. But my Twitter account got hacked.
Yeah, that was fun.
I don't wish him well. And I want competition. To which Randy Orton came to the ring and was then cut off by Jeff Hardy. And he kind of gave him the, what the fuck, bro? Look.
What the fuck, bro?
So then you have Shelton Benjamin say, I want competition. And he gets beat.
Of course he did.
Okay. Then it was announced, not in a video package, just as in a, hey, guess who's coming to SmackDown? Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, Absolution. So again, a group got moved, but yet Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin got split up.
Wait, what? I didn't see that. So
yes.
Paige brought her cronies with her, and now
Paige brought Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose.
But so are they going to be faces now? Because now Paige was a face as a GM when she debuted.
Correct. After she was just a heel, and then she retired, and now she's the face GM on SmackDown. So if you have Paige go heel and be the heel GM versus the face Shane McMahon, well, Shane McMahon is her boss, so he would just override everything she does.
Right.
Okay.
The whole commissioner and GM thing is, first of all, stupid.
I hate the
authority figure thing.
Authority figures now. I hate It doesn't matter if they're face or heel. I want them gone.
Yeah, same here.
For at least 2 to 3 years, I want it gone. Because you've consistently had a GM, commissioner, sheriff, whatever you want to fucking call it, on both shows for years now. And there's only like 2 ways you can spin it. It's either the face that gives all the faces an advantage, or the heel who fights against the faces to allow the heels to cheat. That's it. There's no other way around it. It's been played out now for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
So, Sonya and Mandy get moved, right? And it was just in a graphic on SmackDown. Like, hey, they're coming. Okay, great.
So basically, they took the Riot Squad and Absolution, 2 groups who are pretty much the same group anyway, and just say, you know what, we're just gonna switch you guys.
Flip shows. Flip shows.
So now we can just have Asuka beat up on the Riot Squad, and we can have Charlotte beat up on Absolution.
Right. Okay. Then you have Sin Cara in the ring getting ready to take on his next opponent, and surprise, it's Samoa Joe.
What?
Yes.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
I'm thrilled with that, and I'm going to get to that in a second.
Oh, yeah. I did not see that. That's holy shit.
He destroys Sin Cara.
Of course he did.
And he cuts another one of his fantastic promos about the land of opportunity. Well, guess who's come to town, and he's taken all the opportunities.
Yes.
I'm choking everybody out.
For that.
I'm choking everybody out. I'm going to lay out Daniel Bryan. I'm going to defang the Viper Randy Orton. And I'm going to lay waste to AJ Styles.
Yes.
And then comes Saudi Arabia. If by some means, Roman, you walk out, defeating Brock and winning the Universal title, once I win the Intercontinental title in my ladder match, I'm going to come to Backlash, and I'm going to take the Universal title from you, and I'm bringing both belts to SmackDown.
Yo. I need to rewatch this.
Not yet. Let's finish first. So that, I was like, fuck yes. Thank you. And then we go like 30 minutes with no new arrivals. And I'm starting to think, wait a minute. By my count, we had 22 people move from SmackDown to Raw. 23 if you want to count Sunil Singh, who was with Jinder. And if you want to go ahead and add Samir when he gets off of injury, okay. So there's 3 people with that group, right?
Uh-huh.
And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that have just came over to SmackDown. Okay. So then you get a vignette for an NXT act that is coming up to SmackDown.
Ooh, is it Velveteen Dream?
And they never really announced the name. They just kept saying, Chaos is coming.
Chaos. Sanity?
Chaos. Sanity.
Woo!
Sanity's coming to SmackDown. But it's only Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, and Killian Dane.
No Nikki Cross?
No Nikki Cross.
What?
And that was only revealed near the end of the show when they were recapping everybody that was coming. Because when I saw that, I'm like, fuck yes, the whole group's coming. But then they show the graphic, and it's just those 3, and I'm like, wait a minute, so Nikki's staying behind?
So are their names going to be Chaos and not Sanity?
Well, that's what I thought until they revealed on the graphic that they're Sanity.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Sanity's coming minus 1 person. But then you have the backstage segment where Daniel Bryan is being interviewed, and he gets interrupted by Big Cass, who immediately points out the size difference between him and Daniel Bryan by talking to thin air over his head.
That's actually
and then
kinda
looking
funny.
down at him and calling him little man.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. So, like I said, Raw had quantity. So far, SmackDown's getting quality because they're getting Miz, Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, Big Cass. So you've got a bunch of people that are right on the cusp of that main event level face or heel that SmackDown could really help, right? Okay. Then you have the segment where Carmella is in the ring. She's gloating about how she's the champion. This brings out Charlotte. As Charlotte's out there, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce come out, and it becomes Billie Kay versus Charlotte with Peyton Royce in Billie's corner and Becky Lynch in Charlotte's corner. After the match, Carmella attacks Charlotte. Charlotte made Billie Kay tap out. Becky Lynch tries to come to the rescue. Peyton attacks Becky. Carmella's attacking Charlotte. Billie's trying to pick her teeth up off the floor. Out comes Asuka.
What?
So Asuka gets moved to Raw. And then the three of them, Asuka, Becky, and Charlotte, tee the fuck off on Billie Kay.
Oh, I got to go back and watch that.
They're pinballing her, okay? So right away I go, well, now your new group, the Iconics, that's two eyes, ladies and gentlemen. They look strong because they cost Charlotte the belt and gave it to Carmella. But now only one of them looks strong because you just kicked the shit out of Billie for the last 20 minutes. So then after that match, they have a video package for the next group that's coming to SmackDown. Again, I say group, not a split up team. Group.
Okay, let me guess.
The Club.
Oh, wait. What?
No. Not what you're thinking. It's not the Balor Club.
Ah.
It's just the club. So you split up that group to bring over Anderson and Gallows and leave Finn on Raw.
So they're faces now. Doesn't that mean they can join AJ again?
There you go.
They can be a face of the club.
There you go.
All right, I'm okay with that, but that's still a bunch of bullshit. Right. But
so
they're just gonna have
then
vignettes backstage where they're like, "Hey, man, we should team up again," and AJ's like, "Yeah, man, we probably should, but you know, I'm just gonna do my own thing for now."
So after that, we go to commercial. We come back from commercial, and we've got the bane of my existence, the shaky iPhone camera promo with the words popping up on the screen for the newest group to come over from Raw to SmackDown.
Another group? Wait, let me guess. Group? That was another group? Who the fuck? I don't fucking know.
Tag team.
Heath Slater and Rhino?
No.
The Bar?
The Bar.
Ooh. Nice.
All right. So, let's recap again.
SmackDown
Miz,
got the shit,
Jeff Hardy,
though.
Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, Samoa Joe,
Ding.
All of Sanity minus Nikki Cross, Big Cass, Asuka, Gallows and Anderson, Sheamus and Cesaro.
They got a squad over on SmackDown.
Quality versus quantity, right? And then you have right off of that promo, New Day walking down the hall and Big E with the line of the night going, wow, the Bar, huh? Yeah, Sheamus sucks. Sheamus sucks. And they look over and go, oh, look who it is. It's the Immortal One. Who's the immortal one?
Hulk Hogan?
No, it's R-Truth. To which I immediately wrote down on my note, fuck me.
The immortal R-Truth.
The immortal R-Truth. Because R-Truth is like 76 fucking years old, but he still doesn't look a day over like 28.
Black don't crack, brother. Black don't crack.
To which the announcers even referred to him as the immortal R-Truth.
Is he going to start acting like Hulk Hogan?
No, because in this vignette, he then looks over after he's talking to the New Day, and he's having this heated stare down with
Little Jimmy.
Ty Dillinger.
Okay.
Apparently, Ty Dillinger and R-Truth are angry at each other.
For what?
No one knows. But then they bust out this crazy elaborate handshake. And everybody's celebrating. So I'm like, oh, so now R-Truth's gimmick is going to be he's like Mr. Immortal, he's whatever. No. His gimmick is he's fucking stupid. Because he then says to everybody, man, this is great that we're all here together on Monday Night Raw.
Wow.
To which they go, no, it's Tuesday. This is SmackDown, R-Truth. And he goes, oh, my bad. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow. And then he walks away.
Wow.
There you go. R-Truth is getting TV time again, everybody. Awesome.
Yay.
And then they show the final vignette promo. Somebody who's coming to SmackDown. And they're coming from NXT.
Ooh. You said they? Please don't be Heavy Machinery. Please don't be Heavy Machinery. Or the Juicy Twins.
It is.
TM61?
No.
Who is it?
Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega.
Hey! That's fucking word.
Yeah. So I'm all right with that, right?
I'm all right with that.
So now, like you said, SmackDown, they got a pretty decent squad of people now, right?
They got a squad.
While they didn't get as many people that got moved, as many people that got moved over to Raw, they got a lot of names that could use some exposure on SmackDown. But if they get the same kind of exposure that Ty Dillinger got when he got moved up, what's the fucking point? I'm hoping that from this group of everybody that I'm hoping that from this group of everybody that got moved to SmackDown, that the one person who gets the Ty Dillinger treatment is going to be R-Truth.
Oh, yes, please.
Because when Ty got moved up, what happened? You saw him like 6 times in the entire year. So after going through all that, something popped into my brain. And again, it kind of is what caused me to flip the switch after nitpicking some of this stuff from Monday and tonight. And I know I've been talking a lot tonight, but I feel like I need to get this off my chest, and I apologize.
Yeah, this is an all Rob episode. I feel like I'm just sitting here listening to a fucking sermon right now. Jeez. Can I get in a word edgewise, brother? Shit.
The fuck up.
I'm asking you now, okay? Roman comes to the ring on Monday, and he's getting shat upon by the crowd. And the whole time he's getting shit on, he's talking about how in Saudi Arabia, he's getting his rematch against Brock. And because I'm already getting irritated by everything that's happening in the show, I sit there for a second and I think to myself, why? Why are you getting a rematch?
Well, it's clean.
You're not a champion who lost his belt, so you get a contracted rematch.
Right.
You lost clean. And just like Joe said the week before, every single time you go against Brock Lesnar, you lose. So why are you getting a rematch?
True.
And then he says, well, this time it's going to be different because it's going to be in a steel cage. To which I say,
woo!
Why? Why is it in a steel cage?
For you?
Yes. Because when it's not in a steel cage, you got your ass handed to you. Now you can't run.
Right.
You have no way of getting away from them. You're trapped. So wouldn't it just mean that you're going to get beat faster? I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't at all. And if the whole point of this whole me versus Brock Lesnar, full-timer versus part-timer, Vince's boy against the big dog, but doesn't this prove that you are, in fact, Vince's boy? Because you're getting a match that you don't deserve in a stipulation that doesn't make any sense. You're just getting it to get a shot at the title again. You're getting chance number 6.
Boy.
So does it make any sense to you?
It makes absolutely no sense. But hey, it's Roman Reigns, and we all know that Roman is the chosen one. And he's going to win that damn title come hell or high water.
And then
So
Joe comes out, he cuts another promo on Roman, and he's talking about how he's going to, I'm going to choke you out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to put the big dog to sleep. And Roman, who's supposed to be the paragon of virtue, the hero, tells Joe, well, then why don't you get your lazy fat ass in the ring and fight me? To which I say, excuse me, WWE, do you not have a Be a Star program in which you fight against bullies? You're telling everybody at home that it's okay to tell a portly fellow that he's a fat ass.
but he's not even a fat ass.
And he's not. And again, I ask you this. Have you ever, as a grown man, been called a fat ass by another grown man and go, "Ooh, I'm going to fight you"? I can't think of any time. And I'm fat. If you call me a fat ass, I'm going to go, "You're observant."
Stupid. Like, oh, whoa, you got me.
Ooh. So he's daring Joe to come in the ring.
Nia Alexa version where
No.
you call me fat. I'm so sad. I'm gonna fight.
And I asked this. There was all this Twitter outrage when that was used as the storyline for Alexis versus Nia. Where was the Twitter outrage when Roman called Joe fat? Social justice warriors weren't out in full force to protect Joe.
Sitting behind their keyboards eating Cheetos.
I mean, Joe's got feelings. Might be a Samoan submission machine, but he likes hugs and cuddles.
Wow.
Doesn't want to be called a fat ass. So Roman's daring Joe to come to the ring, and Joe, who's been talking mad shit, backs off. Not once, but twice. Oh, it's going to be on my time. My time, I'm going to take you out, Roman. But why?
Right. When he called Brock out, Brock came out there and put them hands on him.
So you just basically changed the Joe character.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
But then the next night on SmackDown, he's the same Samoa Joe who can destroy everybody. Oh, but he's afraid of Roman. But why? Why is he afraid of Roman? Joe's been in the ring with Brock Lesnar. He's been in the ring with Roman Reigns. So if anybody knows what both men are capable of, it's Samoa Joe. So if he's talking all that shit about how he's going to destroy Roman, then he probably believes it. So why wouldn't he get in the ring with him?
Because wrestling. Guys.
Am I overthinking all of this?
No, you piece of crap. And I wish you were overthinking last week because you're saying all the right shit, even though you're long-winded as hell. But now I feel like I can't fight you. And I want to fight you, Rob.
You want to fight me?
I want to fight you with both my fists. So give me something to fight about.
Okay, so out of everybody that's got switched, who do you think is going to be, come WrestleMania season next year, the switch will have done the most for this person, tag team, group, whatever?
I think the switch to Raw will probably be the best for Bobby Roode. I think Bobby will probably end up in some sort of IC picture. I'm hoping that he'll end up turning heel and go on like a super heel run, feud against Seth or whoever's the IC champ. And on SmackDown, I'm going to have to go with, I don't really know on SmackDown. It's probably Jeff Hardy. I think Jeff Hardy might be in the world title picture by then.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Yeah.
Can I just say I'm done with the Hardys now?
What?
You want to fight me on something? Here we go. I'm done with the Hardys.
How?
Because ever since they came back to WWE, you know what I look at? You know what I see when I watch them now? All of the years
your childhood
of ladder matches and, crazy bumps and whatever have taken their toll. They both look like they hobble around the ring to me now. Matt Hardy looks stiff as hell. Maybe it's because of his weird bow legs, but maybe it's also because he's literally hurting. And this woken Matt Hardy does nothing for me. Because it's not the same character. They're they're playing it up for the face aspect of it and trying to get people to cheer delete, and it comes off forced. And it doesn't feel the same. You're not getting the weird vignettes. You're not getting the weird promos. You're getting these WWE scripted promos. It's just been disappointing. Then you get Bray Wyatt as part of the act, and it makes even less sense to me.
He went into the lake of reincarnation
and came back out Bray Wyatt
with a whole new attitude.
Oh, but he's good now. He likes
Matt Hardy. He got rid of the Sister Abigail demon.
So he's just weird.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Still weird, but it was Abigail who was making him evil.
And then I ask you, you said you haven't watched SmackDown yet. Anybody that's listening, if you can do this, go back and watch the match between Jeff Hardy and Shelton Benjamin. Hell, go back and watch the match between Jeff Hardy and Jinder Mahal. I hate the fact that you got on the WNA account and tweeted out, "Oh, still beautiful, the Swanton Bomb." Fuck you, Clifford
still
L.
Beautiful.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
No, it is not. It is not. Jeff
Look at
Hardy
the replays.
Looks broken. And I'm not using that as a pun. I'm saying it. He looks broken. Watch him wrestle Shelton Benjamin.
Jeff Hardy still got it.
No. Watch him wrestle Shelton Benjamin. Turn on SmackDown
he still got it.
And watch it.
Clap, 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 clap. He still got it.
Every move he takes, it's not him selling. It's not him going, "Ooh, that hurts," or whatever just happened to him. No. He's hobbling around the ring.
Wait a minute. So there's logic. So you're totally okay with Kurt Angle hobbling around the ring at WrestleMania, but now you're talking shit about Jeff Hardy.
Because Kurt Angle wrestles once every like 5-6 months.
I don't give
Jeff
two
Hardy
or three
wrestled
shits
2
on how
nights in a
many-
row this week.
So Jeff Hardy just came back from injury.
And he still looks hurt.
He may be.
Even before the injury, he looked hurt. It's the Hardys at half speed now. They're not the Hardy boys. They're the Hardy old men.
Yeah, and so is Kurt Angle. But you were just talking about,
Oh, well, he's a 40-year-old man. He doesn't wrestle that much.
With a broken neck.
And I thought he did fine.
No.
I thought he did fine with all those circumstances.
but what you just said was all the tolls on their body from all the ladder matches. Now they're shells of their former selves, and I don't like that.
Don't use my logic against me.
Hypocrisy number 4 of the evening.
Do not try to use my logic against me.
Piece of crap.
I personally don't like the Hardys, so they need to go away.
That's right. Do you want to wish them an ACL injury?
I don't do that. I only save that for people like Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Who oddly enough,
Billy Gunn.
Maybe a couple weeks after I wished an injury on Dean Ambrose, he got one.
Terrible. You're the worst. Absolute worst.
Yeah, I don't like the Hardys anymore, okay? I don't like the Hardys. So Jeff Hardy being in the world title picture, no thank you. I don't want it.
Well, it's going to happen, buddy.
The guy's already got 2 strikes against him from his previous wellness violations, and then he just got popped for a DUI where he blew 3 times the legal limit.
Okay.
Are you going to put him in the world title picture?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, you're an idiot.
Why not?
I love it.
I love it.
All right. So
who else? So I'm thinking probably Andrade will be in like the US picture come next WrestleMania. Please don't give him the Ty Dillinger treatment. Hopefully Sanity will be in the tag picture.
You could get Sanity versus Usos, Sanity against New Day.
Yes.
Sanity against the Bludgeons.
Yeah.
I'm mad that the
That's
Revival
gonna be nice.
didn't get moved because they needed a change of scenery.
They needed to get moved. Yeah. But it's cool. Who else went over to? Oh, you know what? What they'll probably end up doing is shoving Big Cass down our throats.
Yep.
So
Well, they're already putting him in
probably
looks like a program with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, and he better not win.
They're going to use Daniel Bryan to get Cass over.
Uh,
All right, so who do you think has the least impact after their move?
The Ascension.
Let's take the easy ones out, okay? I'm gonna say
out of the
you
ones
cannot
that
say. Ascension, Mike Kanellis,
Zack Ryder, Mike Kanellis,
Zack Ryder,
Mojo,
and Natty.
All right. Who will have the least impact? I'm gonna go and say I'm gonna say Jinder Mahal.
Really?
Yeah. I'm thinking that they're putting him on Raw to get the SmackDown World Title stink off of him, and he's just gonna fade into mid-card hell because there's no way that he's going to be challenging for the Universal title at any point in the next year, because that's the only other thing he could go for. I mean, maybe they give him an IC run. He may feud with Seth, but it looks like after Raw, he's going to be feuding with who was that?
No Way Jose.
No Way Jose. Yeah, so he's going to be back to mid card hell. And, he'll get some victories with the help of Samil Singh. And that's pretty much it. I don't think they're going to push him to an IC. They may push him to an IC move, but definitely not a Universal Championship. So I'm going to go with Jinder on Raw, and then on SmackDown, there was so many good moves on SmackDown that I can't. Who's going to have the least impact on SmackDown? I don't want to say it, but probably, man. Wait, who else went over?
You had Miz, you had Hardy, you had Joe, Cass, Asuka. We'll take the club and the bar out. We'll take
I was going to say
R-Truth out. And Almas, you said, was going to have an impact. So,
yeah.
Least impact? Okay. While you're thinking, I'm going to give you mine. Least impact on Raw to me, unfortunately. Hot take, Kevin Owens.
What?
Yeah. Kevin Owens, as has been proven, should be a main event heel, if not heel champion. Okay?
Uh-huh.
I believe he's getting moved to Raw. He's going to be near the top of the card in storylines, but that's all he'll ever be. I just do not see them doing anything for him. I would be happy to eat my words. I don't see it happening. Most impact on a move to Raw. I don't want to choose the same one as you, so I'm going to say Drew McIntyre. Because I think you have this team with him and Dolph Ziggler. It's going to start going nowhere because Dolph Ziggler has become the black hole of push in wrestling, and they're going to break him apart, and they're finally going to realize what they have in Drew McIntyre.
All right. I like that. I would like to switch my pick to Dolph Ziggler having the least impact.
Because he's just not going to.
Yeah. So Jinder will be higher in the card than Dolph Ziggler.
Most impact, in my opinion, on SmackDown. I would love to say Miz, but I think everybody knows that he's going to have an impact on SmackDown. I don't see why you move him over to SmackDown for any other plans than to put him immediately in the main event title push. Okay.
Yeah.
He has earned it with his work over the past year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
So I am going to say it's going to be Samoa Joe. I think the move to SmackDown for Samoa Joe is huge. I think you put him in a fresh roster with talent that we already know as fans of independent wrestling and whatever, he's going to have great matches with.
Oh, I cannot wait till the Joe Daniel Bryan feud.
Joe AJ, Joe D. Bryan, I think Joe Jeff Hardy would be a fun match, even though Hardy's broken in half. I think.
Ooh, if we can recreate Joe Umaga. Jeff Hardy Umaga with Samoa Joe.
I think Joe will demand a good match out of Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I think Joe going to SmackDown, you could have what Kevin Owens should have been, and that is a main event level monster heel. Because who else fits that role now on SmackDown? Nobody.
Big Cass.
Fuck Big Cass. Fuck Big Cass.
At least that's what they want you to believe.
Joe and Nakamura, even though they're making Nakamura a heel, those matches would be fun.
Oh yeah.
I think the least impact for the move to SmackDown. I really want to say R-Truth because he's R-Truth, but I'm taking that out of the equation.
Yeah, you can't say R-Truth. We know he's not going to have an impact.
I think it's going to be Big Cass. for any other reason that they're going to try to have Daniel Bryan get him over. But I think we're looking at another Baron Corbin here.
I was just going to say that. They basically just switched one juicy-haired guy for another juicy-haired guy.
I think it's going to be the same thing. It's just a guy who I think the era of the big monster, unless they can prove to be something else, Braun Strowman has taken the mold for the big monster and flipped it on its ear.
Yeah.
Okay. Like with the way they've so awesomely built him with all of him flipping ambulances and, shit like that. And then you have the guy who he runs like a cheetah for a guy his size. He can do drop kicks and he's funny.
Yeah.
So now if you try to take a guy like Big Cass or a guy like Baron Corbin, who's just really tall and you try, look at him. He's a monster. Nobody gives a shit. No thanks. We already got one. He's over on Raw. And he wants to give you these hands. So I think Big Cass, it's going to be a failed experiment. By the end of the year, he's just going to be another guy. He's going to be Baron Corbin. He'll be the Andre Battle Royal winner next year.
Yep. I could see it. I actually agree with you on that one.
Don't agree with me.
Nope.
Because you just want to be right.
Damn it.
You want to be right.
Not at all. I'm always right.
Nope.
Remember, hashtag, I stand with Cliff.
Yeah, well, again, Rob says hashtag, go fuck yourself. Because if you stand with Cliff, I don't need anyone to stand with me ever.
I don't need any friends. I don't even need you to come to my birthday party.
I talked a lot tonight.
Hey, shut up.
You did. I think this is probably like 70-30 this show. You long-winded as hell.
You know what it makes me think of? I fell down like a YouTube rabbit hole the other day. And I started watching you watch like What Culture stuff or you watch this, you watch that. And then like other videos pop up. Somehow I ended up on a tribute video to New Jack. Okay. And I'm watching it. And like we said before, New Jack has his moments. If you are a wrestling fan to where like you get hyped when New Jack comes out. But then you also know that New Jack's a piece of shit as a human being.
Right.
And this video wasn't so much a tribute to him as in like, oh, look at all the cool things he did in ECW. No, this video, as I'm watching it, I'm going, God damn, they're showing you that he's like a real piece of shit. There's clips of the mass transit incident. There's clips of him beating up Gypsy Joe. Have you ever seen that?
I have not seen that.
Gypsy Joe, for those that do not know, Gypsy Joe just passed away recently, but Gypsy Joe was known as the man who basically wrestled the longest in his career. Before he finally stopped wrestling, I believe Gypsy Joe was in his early 80s. If I'm not mistaken. But he had a match with New Jack while he was in, I believe, his 70s.
Lord.
And Gypsy Joe was known for being like a hardcore wrestler. But Gypsy Joe's version of hardcore isn't necessarily the same as New Jack's version of hardcore.
Right.
And Gypsy Joe was like no selling Jack's offense. And Jack claimed that he heard Gypsy Joe call him the N-word.
Wow.
And New Jack proceeded to kick the shit out of a 70-some-year-old man to where the crowd tried to fight Jack because he's throwing rows of chairs on top of him. And not just like, oh, look, I'm throwing a chair at you like ECW style. No, like I'm trying to bash your brains in with this row of chair. I believe he teed off on him with like a stick of some kind. Like Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. So that's in the video. There was also him, the very beginning of the video, before they even play Natural Born Killers and start showing all these video clips, is New Jack talking to the camera and he says, man, why do you think I would jump off of 30-foot balconies? I snorted coke before every one of my matches. Do you think I just did that shit because I wanted to do it?
Jeez.
And then you have him in the video. I don't know why, but apparently this dude thought he was going to shoot on New Jack during the match. And he started throwing hard shots at New Jack's face. Punched him in the eye, punched him in the jaw. So New Jack put him in a front face lock, reached into his pants and pulled out a legit 8-inch blade and started stabbing this dude in the back.
What the fuck?
Like prison style, shivving this dude. And I'm watching this video going, this is a tribute?
Okay, so what the hell does that have to do with this show?
Well, it's the Coke reference. I kind of feel like...
Did you sniff a kilo before you got on the show?
I kind of feel like
Is
it right
that
now.
what happened
Because
today?
I can't stop talking.
Oh, there we go. So Robb is on drugs now, guys.
No, he's not.
We figured it out.
You know what it is? I didn't drink anything tonight.
I thought when you drank, though, you're normally in a better state when you drink.
But I slow down.
You do.
Yeah.
You had a lot of pauses in your in your speech last week. It took me so long to edit last week. It'd be like, and so Daniel Bryan came back, and I'm like, holy shit. Would you get your thought out? Oh, man. What you guys don't understand about the magic of editing, it is amazing. And not just, we normally don't, I don't normally go in and cut out pauses and stuff because I just like to keep a real flow of however we're talking and having conversation. But
sometimes
last week
the
was
pause,
a train wreck.
Sometimes the pause helps.
Yeah, sometimes the pause is there for dramatic effect, but not when you're just trying. You got like 8 seconds of you trying to think of something. I wish I could play you guys the unedited version. Last week's show before cuts was about 3.5 hours.
It was. And I even apologized on Twitter, like, hey guys, sorry this show was so long this week. I kept falling in potholes last week in my brain.
Oh, man. But it was fun, though.
Yeah,
I think that's probably like, I think that was the most fun I had, was just teeing off against you. And I like how we get to switch it up every week. This week was kind of a,
Robb's hostile.
Remember Robb and Cliff are actually friends, guys. And for the most part, we actually do have very similar thought processes on how we think about wrestling and how we feel about certain things, which is why it pissed me off so bad that Robb was trying so hard not to be a mark last week when he knows that shit pissed him off and he was trying for you guys. Robb's changing for you, you damn podcasters and you damn podcast listeners and your PWOs and your castaways. You're changing Robb.
Well, I'm changing back.
And I don't like it.
I'm changing back. I'm sick and tired of this shit.
Welcome back.
Trying to bite my tongue and act like I ain't hating on shit. I'm full of hate.
That's the Robb I want.
And that's all you're getting from now on. God damn it. Because this is my fucking show. And I'm full of hate.
It's Robbie time.
So if you want to follow us, find us on Twitter at WNA Podcast. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so, but I never tweet from that account. You can do it at that Robb guy. That's Robb with 2 B's. If you want to follow Cliff on Twitter, where can they follow you?
At Cliff Does It All.
And if you want to find us on Facebook, please do so. Find us on YouTube. Subscribe to the show there. Yes, our show is on YouTube, an audio podcast on a video format. You get it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Oh, goddamn. I hate that I'm still talking.
Stop talking!
Just shut up.
What time is it, Cliff?
It's time to go home.
Well, what's your name?
I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
And I'm Robb English saying to you, when life hands you adversity, always kick out. No, fuck you.
Always kick out at 2.
Fuck that shit.
Sweet.
Robb's back.
Yes. 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 Oh, good night, guys.